It's a huge boost when you get to look in the eyes of these children that you save and know that this is all worth it. The fight is all worth it.
And that fight is paying off. The founder of Safe Haven Baby Boxes tells us they're on their way to Ohio. A baby box is a safe place a troubled parent can leave their baby without fear of prosecution.
The first two ever installed in the country are just across the border in Indiana. But with Ohio leading the nation in number of babies abandoned, second only to Florida, the need is great. It's a very personal mission to the one leading the cause.
I'm sure that she is looking down, smiling, knowing that the child that she saved is now saving others.
Monica Kelsey is focusing on her life, not dwelling on the way it began.
I was able to reconnect with my biological mother when I was 37, and getting to know her literally changed the course of my life.
She learned the circumstances which ultimately led to being adopted.
She was 17 years old. She was brutally attacked and raped and left along the side of the road. And then if that wasn't bad enough, she found out she was pregnant.
And on April 19th of 1973,
abandoned her child at a hospital in Williams County, Ohio. And that child was me.
Meeting her mom for the first time.
Telling her how much I loved her, because I knew she loved me, because she carried me to term and she gave me the life that I have.
It defined her purpose.
To make sure that no child has ever felt unwanted or left in a trash can, a dumpster, or along the side of the street. So that's why I started Safe Haven Baby Boxes.
A desperate mother can come to the fire station, find the box on the outside of the building, open it up, place the baby inside, press the button, a series of silent alarms will go off, shut the door, and simply walk away.
Paramedics will be on the way in minutes. Exactly how it worked just a couple months ago in Michigan City.
Baby in Michigan City was placed on November 7th at 10:24 p.m. The firefighters retrieved her at 10:27, 3 minutes later.
I'm elated. Him and I were like proud papas in the back of this ambulance. By law, we have to ride in with the baby.
And it worked flawlessly for this little girl.
We've talked. We're going to name her Baby Hope.
And Monica is hoping to make a difference in the very state she was abandoned. 8 babies were abandoned in Ohio last year. Among them, a baby found decomposing in a car on May 15th.
She definitely was not seen placing this child in the backseat of the car, so would she have used a baby box to keep this child safe?
Sterling Ray of Toledo Fire says the safety of a child is what's most important.
It really goes down to, comes back to the protection of the child. That's the biggest thing. So if this is going to be utilized in the future in our region or within our department, we'd acclimate to it and make the best of it.
Safe Haven Baby Boxes is currently in talks with many locations in Ohio and more to come in Indiana. 7 contracts are signed for new locations in the upcoming months, while 2 boxes are active in Indiana right now. The boxes are leased out, fees agreed upon state by state. Helping make all this happen is Monica's biological cousin, who she met for the first time when her mother was dying.
We were just started talking, and I said, so what do you do for a living? And she goes, well, I'm a paramedic and a firefighter. And I'm like, shut up. I'm like, oh my goodness. And she's like, well, what do you do? And I'm like, I'm a medic and a firefighter. She's like, no.
Her passion became my passion, and I wanted to walk beside her in this and see her dream come true.
A dream to be there for women who feel as alone as her mom did decades ago.
She was with me when I took my first breath, and I was holding her hand when she took her last.
She'd abandoned her baby, but still gave her a life.
We're just here to protect these children and hopefully give this woman an opportunity to make a good choice. Because if she doesn't make a good choice, she's going to regret it for the rest of her life.
Great story, interesting story what we're talking about here, Christy. Now, when you drop off a baby, you can say abandon it, but you want that baby to live. Is it suggested? Do you have to? Must you drop off any medical information? Can you if you want to?
You can, but the point of this is giving the woman an opportunity to feel safe enough to not have to be seen by anyone. What's neat about this situation is the website, Safe Haven Baby Boxes, has a registry. So if the woman weeks later, years later, feels comfortable enough to provide her medical information, family history, either anonymously or put her information in there to be contacted, she can do that even years later. So it's pretty unique.
Wow.
And Monica is good to speak on this because, like you heard in the story, she was abandoned as a baby, and she has so much more to her story that we just couldn't pack in. So if you want to see more of that, we do have that up on our website.
You want to check it out. We got a bunch of folks out there to phone bank. Tell us about that.
We do. We want to make sure you or a loved one never feels like relinquishing a baby is the only answer. So we have various resources available to you directly tonight. The YWCA Rape Crisis Center and Battered Women's Shelter, Safe Haven Baby Boxes, and Heartbeat of Toledo. You can call 419-725-1600 if you need help from our experts or have any questions. They'll be here until 7 p.m.
Any questions at all, give them a call. That's why they're here. Interesting story. You know, Ohio is one of the leading states for the number of babies abandoned. Now, many of these infants don't ever get to the light of day, let alone know the love of a family. Well, Monica Kelsey feels lucky to have light and love, having started out as an abandoned baby herself. Her tragic beginning has led to a passion to start Safe Haven Baby Boxes, giving desperate mothers an easier way to give their child a chance.
Ohio last year for 2017 had 8 abandonments in your state. It was number 2 out of 50 states in the country. This is not a good number for the state of Ohio. If we can cut it in half just the first year, you know, if we save 4 of those 8, it'll be worth it. But our goal is to never have another abandoned baby in the state of Ohio.
And with these baby boxes on their way to our area, we're holding an education and awareness phone bank for women in crisis right now. It goes till 7 o'clock tonight, and that's where we find my colleague, Christy Lee. Christy?
Yes, Jerry, we wanted to make this available for any woman that needs help. You know, of course, these baby boxes, they do cost money and they do need funding, so you can make a donation, but we really wanted to make this about the women, helping women out there, knowing that there's other women that will help them. And I have Jerry Walzak, she's a realtor. Now, you heard about these baby boxes. Why did you feel compelled to, you're going to donate a portion of your sales this year. Why did you feel compelled to do that?
Well, I saw the story online, and it just so happened I ended up reaching out to Monica and Teresa and said to myself, they saved a baby. If we could just save one more baby, I mean, that's part of my life. I love babies. Everybody who knows me knows I love babies. Call in because we're trying to, you know, generate money for this donation. So this.
And Monica, she's the founder, and she was actually abandoned herself as a baby. What kept you from being bitter about that and feeling the need to save other babies?
Meeting my biological mother and knowing the crisis that she was in, and now I work with my biological cousin, fighting to save these babies, and I'm so blessed. Just so blessed. So, you know, we're hoping to launch in Ohio soon. We need funding to do that. We're a nonprofit. None of us get paid to do this. We're all volunteers. So if your heart is calling to help, today's the day.
Okay. Thank you, Monica. And we also want to remind you that we have Heartbeat of Toledo and the YWCA here to help you with any questions you have. We want to get education awareness out there to help you at any stage, whether you're pregnant or you haven't even reached that stage. You just need to talk to someone about any kind of help that you need. This is a women's crisis phone bank we have. We will take calls for donations, but if you just have questions or want to learn more, give us a call. That number again, 419-725-1600. I'll send it back to you, Jerry.
All right, Christy, thanks very much. Again, Christy has a great story. We have it for you on the app. Hey.
Baby boxes on their way here to Ohio. Under the state's Safe Haven law, mothers will have more options. A Safe Haven baby box allows a parent to discreetly and safely deposit a baby in a box installed on the side of a fire station. Paramedics are immediately notified and then bring the baby to the nearest hospital.
I would rather have my life than know who my biological parents are. And if those are the 2 options that these children have, they're going to pick the life side.
Well, you saw right there, Monica Kelsey, founder of Safe Haven Baby Boxes, was abandoned as a baby herself. Christy Lee has shared Monica's personal story and the passion that drives her to save more babies. You can find that on our website and on our news app. But right now, we find Christy Lee in our Education and Awareness for Women in Crisis phone bank. So what's going on right now, Christy?
Viviana, if any of our viewers have not had a chance to see that story, please go to our app or our website, check out that story. She has such a cool background, the founder of the Safe Haven Baby Boxes, and her mission for bringing them to our area. But we wanted to include everyone. There's women at every different stage of crisis or feeling alone. And so we have Heartbeat of Toledo, and we also have the YWCA. This is Deb Stahl from the YWCA and Leanne Beach from Heartbeat of Toledo, both here to help women at any stage of just needing someone. So what kind of calls are you getting, and what kind of help do you provide?
Well, I am with the Hope Center, which is a rape crisis center, but we also have a domestic violence shelter at the YW. So we certainly see women at all stages of crisis. Many of them are involved in a pregnancy.
Okay. And what about you?
With the calls that we've been seeing have just been across the board, from donating to also just wanting to figure out a way to get connected. And then with Heartbeat, we serve anyone from as soon as they find out that they're pregnant up throughout that pregnancy, whatever their decision is that they make. And then we also offer some parenting education and support with material goods as well.
Okay, and I was talking with both of them about how ideally a woman would feel safe enough to bring a baby or tell somebody about a pregnancy, but what were you saying about having other options? Either of you. Go ahead.
Well, if we see women, particularly at the shelter, that are pregnant, Heartbeat is a wonderful reference for them. They offer them help along the way. And when you have a woman that's experiencing an emotional crisis of any kind, such as leaving an abusive situation, they shouldn't have another fear to take care of. A pregnancy is already a drain on your system. So.
All right. Thank you so much. And thanks all of these folks for being here. Please call 419-725-1600 if you need help, if you have questions, or if you want to donate to either Heartbeat of Toledo, YWCA, Safe Haven Baby Boxes. We want to help the women in our community, and now is the time to do it. So please give us a call. I'll send it back to you, Viviana.
Thanks so much, Christy. That's for sure. Now is the time.